Greetings and welcome to 407 Educational Technology and Digital Literacy. My name is Professor Kinsey and I have been a professor here at the University of Laverne for 6 years. I have been in education for 16 years. In that time, I've taught elementary, middle, and high school. So I have real-world experience in many grade levels. I have 2 credentials. And so I'm able to teach at multiple grade levels. I'm also a part-time technology coach in the Upland Unified School District. So for this first video, I'm going to be starting with how the course is structured. And then I'm going to give a review of SAMR and ISTE standards, which will be throughout our course and are technology focused. And then I'll talk about the assignments for week 1. So this video will be a little longer than other weeks. Other weeks the videos will be shorter. This video will be slightly longer, but I want to make sure that we all are clear of the expectations and where to go for help. All right, so how the course will be organized. So let me go ahead and show you our Blackboard. All right, so here's our Blackboard. When you log in, it should take you to the announcements page first. Underneath announcements is course basics. It has the syllabus, our course textbook. For a course textbook, you're welcome to use either 2nd edition or 3rd edition. If you use 2nd edition, the page numbers might be a little bit different in the assignments, but you can figure it out. Then there's a few online course policies that you should be aware of, and a little video about myself, which you are not required to watch, but it is there. Then on the left, we're broken down into 3 modules. Week 1 is its own module. Then weeks 2 through 4 are the ISTE standards for students, and weeks 5 through 8 are the ISTE standards for educators. You can access your grades here, and then these are the help tools. We will be using a program called Slack for communication. Slack is both an app and a web-based program. You can use either, but most students prefer to use the app on their phone. And the reason why we use Slack is because it allows us to have real-time chats. So these are not video conversations, they are text messages, okay? Slack does have video, but we're not going to be doing video. So you will have a group that you meet with that you will have discussions in real time, or that you will post and then respond to depending on the week. The other way that you can get in touch with me is by email. So if you have any questions, send me an email. If you don't hear back from me within, I would say 24 hours, but definitely 48 hours, please resend it. There's a chance maybe I accidentally deleted it or didn't see it or something happened. Okay, you should hear back from me relatively quickly. All right, in a typical week, there'll be 2 to 3 learn assignments. So where you'll be learning about an ISTE standard. I'm going to explain what that is in a second. And then 2 to 3 create or reflect assignments, where you will be applying your learning to either reflect or create a product. Okay. So what are these SAMR and ISTE standards? So in technology, we have our own set of standards that are not tied to content. SAMR is a way of thinking about technology implementation. So we want technology to increase student learning, to increase student engagement. We don't want technology just to substitute something that already was doing a good job. So SAMR is a way of thinking about it. S stands for substitution, A stands for augmentation, M stands for modification, and R stands for redefinition. It's important to know not every lesson is going to be deep down in the submarine status there of redefinition. But we just want to be aware, how am I using technology? Is the way that I'm using technology really changing student learning for the better? So here are a few examples. So for substitution, if you take a pencil and you use a keyboard, you're just substituting the keyboard for the pencil, but the keyboard is can be doing the same thing. It's not changing instruction. If a student fills out a worksheet on paper or a student fills out a worksheet on a keyboard, it's the same. It's still a worksheet, which is a pretty low-level educational tool. Augmentation is a slight change. So for example, yes, I can use a dictionary or I could use Grammarly. what more does Grammarly give students than a dictionary would? Okay, so dictionary is still a good skill to learn, but what can Grammarly or another application like that add that a dictionary can't? Modification is really changing the assignment by adding multimedia usually. So most of us familiar with the star student poster, right? So instead of making a star student poster, if a student made a star student presentation and they included videos and they included sounds and they included images, that's a more in-depth assignment where the technology is increasing the students' skills, it's increasing the engagement of the activity. Redefinition is where technology is being used to create a product that you could not do without technology. So you see the kids in this video having a TV show, creating something. Technology is being harnessed in a way that you couldn't do it without the technology. That's redefinition. All right, so each week we'll be focused on one or two ISTE standards. ISTE stands for the International Society for Technology and Education, and these are global standards for technology and education. There are student standards and there are educator standards, and you'll be getting to know them throughout the weeks. In weeks 2 through 4, we'll focus on the ISTE standards for students. So here they are, but you'll be learning about them in week 1. And then weeks 5 through 8 will be focused on the ISTE standards for educators. All right, a few frequently asked questions about the course. Should I follow Blackboard or the syllabus if there's a conflict? Follow Blackboard. Blackboard is the most up-to-date place. There's no secret assignments. I know students have told me, well, there was something on the syllabus and it wasn't on Blackboard, so I didn't do it, and then the professor said I got a 0. There's no secret assignments. Everything is on Blackboard, I promise. Do I accept late work? Yes, especially right now. Everything is really difficult. As I mentioned to you, my power was out for 4 days. So we just all have to be flexible and patient and compassionate with everybody. So I will be accepting late work. I really appreciate if you give me a heads up so I know what's going on. If you just disappear for 2 weeks, it's really hard for me to know, did they drop the class? Are they still in the class? Do they need help? Do they have questions? So if you can be in touch with me, that's really helpful. Do I have to work with a group? Yes. But your grade only depends on your work. So your grade does not depend on the work of other people, but it is important still to work with a group because a group can increase our understanding. It can give us more ideas. So think more of your group as someone that can help you rather than something you have to worry about. Okay, and I really do my best. Most groups work out really well and students are happy that they had these people to turn to get assistance. But don't worry, if someone in your group doesn't do your work, doesn't do their work, that's on them. Never do somebody else's work. All right, so for this week, there are 4 tasks. The first is the welcome survey. The second is to join Slack, which is the app I mentioned. The third is a getting to know you slide deck. And then the fourth is, okay, here's the list of the week 1 assignments. Here's the welcome survey. Just click answer the questions. It's really important you do this on time so I can create the Slack groups. For this week, you're just going to join Slack. Okay, that's all. Okay, just join it. Then on this slide deck, it's a shared slide deck. So everybody's going to create one slide on the same slide deck. Do not make a copy of this. We're all going to be on the same one together, and the directions are on the slide deck. Then you're going to watch these 2 videos on ISTE standards, and then on Slack in a channel called Get to Know ISTE, and I will add you guys as people are coming into the class to this channel. What are ISTE standards? Excuse me. How are ISTE standards different than content or subject standards? Why would it be important for teachers to learn about ISTE standards? So you're going to post on Slack. So you're going to chat. It's like a little chat. You're just going to post a little message on Slack, either on the app or on the web-based. This is what I think about these things after. That was a lot of information, so if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. It is never a bother to help you. That is my role. That is my calling. That's what I'm here for. So either send me an email or send me a message on Slack, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have. All right, take care.